So bought this new Fanttick air inflator and took it on a couple of rides with me. And I didn't have any flats, but the couple of people that actually had flats over the past couple of rides actually appreciated this device. So I figured I'd try to gauge exactly how much of a charge or how much use I got from it from each bike charge. So what I did was charge it up freshly charged, and I'm going to deflate the tires on a couple of my bikes I've got here. I believe I've got 3 road bikes, and the pressure on these bikes are about 120 psi. And for the green bike up there, I think it's like 80 or something. Based on my experience for this, I think when I took it on my most recent couple of rides, we actually had 3 flats. And one of the flats actually tried to use this thing like twice to get it up there, and to get it up to like 80 for 2 of the bikes. And I think the other one was maybe 72 or something like that. But by the 4th bike, I noticed that it started turning red, indicating that it was needing to get charged. And also, we could hear the performance of it as well. So, going to deflate the tires on this thing, give this thing a try. This is a Fanttick. I was actually researching a different one, and I saw this one, and I liked the specs on this one better, so I ended up buying it, and kind of liked it so far. So let me try it on these 4 bikes and see what it looks like. Be right back. Works for both Schrader and the other kind. So 80, then press of the button, and then you enter the PSI that you like. So I'm going to turn the power on. Shows the previous setting, which was 72. I think this was 80, or was this 60? I don't want to blow the tire up, actually. Maybe it was 60. Either way, let's go with 60. I don't think it was 70. So let me go down to 60. I think for this particular bike, I think the pressure was already in the tire, which was giving off the reading. I think I initially had it set for 60. And the tire was, the inflator was actually turning off every time I tried to start it. So I think it was because I already had air in the tire. I have to stop recording and find out why. I'll figure it out. All right. So one thing I'm noticing with this bike that has an 80 psi max is that on the Fanttick it was reading at about 111 before I started noticing that it was getting full, which didn't make sense. So I took the Fanttick off, put on the regular air pump, and pumped it up a little bit more because it wasn't quite full yet. So after manually pumping it up a little bit, I got it up to 70, which is harder than it was when I took it off of this at 111, which didn't quite make sense. So it might be something that I didn't read on the manual, which I really didn't read the manual, but so far there's a difference in time there. So I'm going to play around with these other couple of bikes and see what I get with those readings and let you know what's happening. So let's try this one out. Another 120. Might be down a little bit since my last ride, but either way, we'll go ahead and let it out. That, and it is flat. So again, let's try this out. Second bike that I've tried. The first one got up to 111. Took a few minutes. I didn't time it yet, but this is still set from that previous time. We'll set this up to 120 since I know that that's what it is for this particular bike, and we'll see how it reads, how it acts. Well, let's get this on here. Twist it in place, and it is there. So let's hit the button. Let's go. Checking the unit for heat as well, and it doesn't feel hot at all. Still relatively cool to the touch. 120. So I don't know what the time is on that yet, but not bad. So let me take this off. Without losing my air like I was mentioning before. So this would be good enough to get me back rolling again. I'm satisfied with that. So it says 120. Again, I'm not quite sure about the discrepancy between this bike and that bike, but I would be satisfied taking this back and getting on the road again with that one. So now I'm starting to feel some heat on this now. So we've got maybe 2 bikes that we've tried this on. Give me a minute to set everything else up and I'm going to try it on this other bike. All right, same deal over here. Going to deflate this tire and put it back to work again. Gone, down, screw this in place. I can still hear it deflating, which is good, so we know we're at 0. All right, let's go back up. I'm going to leave it at the previous setting. So not bad again for the second bike. Enough to get me where I'm going. Not that I'm concerned about the amount of air. Saying 120 and it feels pretty firm. So I'd be satisfied with that. Again, we got the red light on indicating that it needs to be charged at this particular point. But I'm going to go ahead and set up bike number 4 over here and see how far I can go with this. So give me 1 more minute. So for this one, I decided to bring bike number 4 closer. So go ahead and deflate it as well. All right, you can hear that crunching down. So again, I'm going to put the valve on here, screw it on. Leave it at the 120, and again it's already red or orange, amber, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to go ahead and start it. Seems like I'm hung at 109 for a while, but I don't know if it's because the battery's getting weaker or not. Let's see. And I guess logically, since we know that no additional air is coming in, no additional PSI, still at 116, I guess logically we could probably stop this operation and save ourselves some time. So let's do that. So I'm going to stop it at 116, but we saw that we got 4 bikes inflated off 1 charge of this thing. So that's not bad at all, actually. So let me take this off. So not bad at all. Enough for me to get up and ride some more on. Tighten this up. So it's not bad at all. I would actually recommend this. I like the previous review so much that I actually bought 2 of these puppies. So one for each of my bikes. Again, and it actually came in handy. I didn't even use it on my own bike the very first time. I think I was riding with some people and 3 different people got flats, so they were able to benefit from the use of this and also my experience and review of it. So not a bad deal. I am a fan of the Fanttick, so I would recommend it actually. I got 2, a review from Blue. You could use it too.